Alright guys, so today we have a lot maybe going on or nothing. So as you guys know, we're about 3 weeks or so from the end of the Hell Hades challenge, and we have the portal glowing right now. As you guys know, I have no luck pulling shards, but maybe that's gonna change today. What's up guys, this is your boy Russian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today's video we're gonna be pulling some shards. We're gonna also talk about what's really going on and the chances we have to change the account and move up on the ranks. So as you guys may know, I have not pulled anything from Ancient Shards. Anything, I would say fairly decent that could really change the account for the challenge. If that was a regular account, I would say I pulled decent champions, but not in this case. Listen up, click in the link in the description right now and get a free legendary Karato and 4 amazing epics as you level up. And here are the steps you guys need to follow to be able to get this. Step 1, log out of Player in Play on PC. If you never had Raid installed on your mobile phone before, the link will work in there too. Step number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step number 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step number 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champion. And here you go. You find Karato here, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. This is an amazing account starting Raid, so click on my link on the description below and follow these steps. I have, as of right now, 11 shards, what may not seem like much, but I'm also capable of getting 22 more shards. And as I mentioned to you guys, since week 1 of the competition, I have not pulled anything. I did pull Kyoko and Genzin in the first week, 1 from Sacred and 1 from Ancient, and then I haven't pulled anything. What it means, I should be really deep into Mercy right now, okay? So let's take a look. Portal is glowing right now. I do have 1 Sacred Shard that I've been saving, 2 Void Shards, and 11 Ancient. Like I said, could be 33. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the 11. If I don't pull anything, I'll get 11 more shards, and so on. So let's make some space first. Alright, so I think that's what we can do. Alright, so let's start pulling. Let's pull my Sacred Shard first. And now, let's take a look at the choices we have. So, pretty decent choice when it comes to legendaries, I would say. We have Elva, that I love this champion. You guys don't have this champion. Sometimes I would say just don't play for a month and have a chance to get her. So A1 attacks one enemy, place a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP. On the A2, Nature's Paths has 75% chance of removing all debuffs from all allies, place a block debuff and a 30% increased speed buff in all allies for 2 turns, what is just huge. On the A3, revives the target ally with 40% and 50% turn meter, then place a 60% increased defense buff and a 50% increased attack buff on that ally for 2 turns. And on the passive, heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn. Place a perfect Veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP at the end of this champion's turn. So pretty good champion, can be used in every single area. I really don't think there's a single area in the game I don't use this champion. That's what we're gonna be pulling. We do have really other amazing choices like Glycade. A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has 35% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. Really don't care about this. When it hits, great. On the A2, place 50% increased attack buff in all allies for 2 turns. Also 80% chance of to place a perfect Veil buff in all allies except this champ for 2 turns. Then fills the turn meters of all allies for 15%. The A3 revives all dead allies with 40% HP and 25% turn meter. Also place a 50% increase accuracy buff and 60% increased defense buff in all allies for 3 turns. These buffs will be placed even if no allies were revived. If no allies were revived by this skill, grants the champion an extra turn. And the passive, allies under a perfect Veil buff placed by this champion deals a 10% more damage. Allies under a perfect Veil buff placed by this champion deal an additional 10% damage to enemies under Veil and perfect Veil buffs. Amazing champion, would also really help. And then you have, I'm not going through the other ones. Now, the other option, honestly, I don't care about the epics in here. I have most of them. Rector Drath, really good champion. Wouldn't mind having, but not what I'm looking at. But let's go. All right, guys, that's our one chance to pull something. And you know what? If I get Geomancer from that, also no complaints. All right, let's see. And it's an epic, and it's Pride and the Blue. Great champion, the most, if I get lucky and get Fire Knight hard. A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Really good against Fire Knights in general. Each hit has 25% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. On the A2, Razor Hell attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has 45% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. So that being said, I can actually probably use him as a control champion. Yeah, I'll definitely build him. And as you guys should know, I build enough chickens to be able to get probably 3 champions to 6-star right now. And Blessing of the Blue places a 30% increased speed buff in all allies for 2 turns, also fills the turn meters of all allies by 15%. So yeah, definitely going to build him. A lot of use in a lot of areas for me. Now let's open the Ancients and then we'll go into the Void Shard. Well, let's go into the Void Shards. Main reason being because Ancient Shards I may buy more on using gems. Something I would say don't do in a regular account, but I definitely gonna be doing on this one. All right, so options. Wow, that's really hard options. Sen, as you guys know, in one of my accounts I pulled her. Really good champion, reviver, plus she gets to, on her A3, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, then team ups with all allies revived by this skill to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. The allies join the attack will use their default skills. This is really good and can be booked for a 4 turn. Books, always gonna be a problem. So best if I get a champion that don't need them. A2, I know I'm going opposite, sorry. A2, Touch of Gold level 1, place a 30% increased speed buff and 2 15% continuous heal buffs in all allies for 2 turns. So it's 2 heals, not just 1. And the A1 attacks one enemy 50% to instant activate a continuous heal buff in each ally. Big, massive. And she has speed increased by 19% and her passive, whenever a continuous heal buff activates an ally, fills the turn meters of all allies by 5%. And then we have this guy, Sophorian and Mariska. Wow. So let's see Mariska. Attacks one enemy, one random ally will team up and join the attack. The ally join the attack will always use default skill. Darts the Fierce, not the case. A2 fully restores any allies decrease max HP, then heals all allies by 40% of the champion's max HP. Place a shield buff and a protected strength buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield buff is equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. A3 removes all the buffs from all allies, then fills the turn meters of all allies by 15%. Fills the turn meters of each ally by extra 5% for each debuff removed from them. Increase the resistance of all allies by 5 for each debuff removed. Grants an extra turn if 5 or more debuffs are removed. And her passive, Given All, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 75% turn meter whenever this champion is killed. Place a block damage buff in all allies for 1 turn whenever an ally receives a bomb, poison, HP, burn debuff. If there are multiple champions, and okay. So I am going for Mariska, and I don't even need to talk about Godseeker. Definitely going for her. Again, could change. I don't really believe on the 15x. Chance for me to put anything on 15x that I actually choose are almost 0. So, but we got 2 shards. Let's go. Let's try to get something good. And it's Paragon. I already have you. It's all right. And Hacking Great Blade. Was that the second choice? I think so. Attacks one enemy, place an extra hit if this attacks critical, okay? A2, Fearsome Iron Slab, attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 2 turns before attacking. A3, attacks one enemy, applies a debuff spread effect, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and place them on all enemies. Also extend the duration of those debuffs by 2 turns, that's pretty big. Will not extend the duration of all debuffs on the initial target. And she gets increased attack on Doom Tower by 32. I guess I'm not so sure she's gonna be one I gonna quick go to level 60, but she's barbarians. What I kind of need some decent barbarians. All right, so progressive chance. You guys already know what I'm gonna be doing with those shards right now. Let's go for Elva and let's go for Rector. So let's open this 1 shard and then pull a 10 straight. Somehow I feel like when I pull a 10 straight, usually I'm luckier. So let's go. We're way due to pull something, a legendary. So let's go. Blue, everything is blue. That's been Sandlash Survivor. Pretty good champion. Not so sure in this account right now it would work for me, but attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 30% chance of placing a provoke debuff on the target for 1 turn. If this champion has no debuffs, heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if this champion is under any debuffs. On the A2, Endless Sands attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Increase the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. A3, place a 50% ally protection buff in all allies for 2 turns when any ally HP drops below 50%. Also place a block damage buff on this champ for 1 turn. 4 turn cooldown. So yeah, it does look pretty good, and it's 4 turn cooldown. So very usable, but not what I was looking for. Okay, so let's come in here. No magic, ancient shard. All right, let's get some more. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm gonna just buy 11. I'm trying to save my gems as much as I can, but I will, until I see gold, I will use all my gems. All right, so next, let's pull that 1. And it's a blue, as expected, I guess. Now let's pull the 10. Hopefully we get some gold. Blue, blue, blue. Okay. Can we get gold? All right, so Tynix, Hate Flower. Don't use this champion, or haven't at least. Attacks 2 times at random, heals all allies by 3% of this champion's HP, with each hit on targets under decreased speed debuffs. On the A2, attacks 1 enemy, has 50% chance of placing 30% decreased speed debuff on the target for 2 turns, has a 50% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff in all enemies for 2 turns instead if the attack is critical. A3, Unbreakable, decrease the damage all allies receive by 5%. This champion will receive that damage instead. If there are multiple champions in the team with this skill, only one will activate. Now the problem with her, wow, yeah, her A2 is book heavy. God, and that's the thing with the free to play. I don't think I have books, so we do have enough space, and we need to get those 11. Oh my god, I'm so deep into Mercy right now. I deserve to pull at least something this. I mean, if I pull a Geomancer, I'm happy. Yeah, this is bad. All right, let's pull that 1. All right, Pounder. So last stand, guys. Let's see if something changes, and it's blue all around. Wow, I don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah, Summer Rush. Let's see if I get a shard from here. I don't even get a shard from here. That's wow. All right, you know what? YOLO, right? Gem shop and get those 3 ancient shards. That's the saddest. I swear, that's the saddest thing. Let's just make some space. Yeah, that's all I need. All right, so 3 more shards, way deep into Mercy, and I can't pull anything decent. Come on, make that be the change. And it's a blue. 2 more shards, come on. It's another blue. Last shard, guys. And as expected. So that's where we stand right now. Chance for us to be able to pull anything in the next few weeks is very, very low, but we'll keep trying. All right. Anyway, guys, this is your boy Rusian. Thank you very much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you in the game.